Are recording. And we'll wait till 6. There's Sammy. Hey, how you doing, man?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good.
Live on YouTube. Awesome.
I recorded as well. Maybe it's recording on Matt's computer. I don't know. Maybe it's recording. I'm not sure, but I record it locally just in case. But if I push it up to YouTube Live, it's automatically recorded, and then I'm
You're
just
covered. I like
grab
it.
it.
A backup.
We tend not to get a lot of people watching it on YouTube Live, which is fine. I mean, it's not, um, but um, but yeah. All right, so it's 2 p.m. So everyone, thanks for joining us. We've got Ursula and Sammy from Photobooth Marketing. And I'm Judd. I'm one of the co-founders of Check Cherry. There's Matt, of course. So we see Ursula and Sammy at the Photobooth Expo and around and all that stuff. And we were talking with them. We thought, hey, let's do a webinar together. And they were agreeable. And so, guys, thanks so much, first off, for doing this. We
No
really
worries.
appreciate it. We don't use real webinars here at Check Cherry. So people just be hopping in and out with the buzzing and all that stuff. But I think Ursula is going to do most of the talking. Do I understand that correctly?
I'm the cover band.
No, no,
I'm the
that's
cover
not
band.
true at all.
I'm
Not
I'm
true at
I'm the
all.
I'm the shit
You,
cover band. I'm sorry.
you'll just chime in with your insights.
Yeah.
I may have given him one or two slides.
No, I don't do slides normally, but
Our
Um,
Zooms are pretty similar. We don't use webinars either. We did try them once and we fell out with them very quickly because we like to keep it relaxed and let people.
Yeah, super relaxed here. And we think so obviously our customers sell online with online booking, and we all know that if you have better images when you're selling online, that you'll increase sales. And so obviously you guys have a lot of experience in that area so for those that don't know, Photo Booth Marketing produces content that you can buy for your photo booth business. Do you guys do any other markets? Is there other stuff? Like
Not in terms
financial.
of content, not
Like,
in terms of content, but all of our training is transferable into any market.
got
Uh,
it.
and very much so in the event space as well, because that's my background, which I'll give a bit of an intro to.
Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. So anyway, I'll let you take it away, and I'll be quiet here. So thanks, Ursula.
Well, I'm going to be really boring. I've got a presentation to share. So,
yay.
um, well, we're talking about content and we are content creators. So I thought that it's better that we share a presentation with some content to give ideas so that we can get everyone visually motivated this evening or this afternoon, depending on where you are. It is evening with us in Ireland. For anyone who doesn't know me, I talk too quickly. I don't pronounce anybody's name correctly. That's why Sammy's also here to keep me right. But do bear with us. And if you have any questions, if you could keep them in the chat and then also at the end of the presentation, and then we can talk through what questions you have. So I am going to screen share and hope this works. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just share.
Recording.
So today we are going to talk about boosting your online sales with the power of quality images and videos. Little introduction to myself for anyone that does not know me. I am the co-founder of Photobooth Marketing along with my business partner Sammy. We have a photo booth business in Ireland and have been in the industry since 2015. I was introduced to Sammy and the industry because my background was actually in PR, marketing, and events. And Sammy hired me into his business as his marketing consultant when he was in his first year. And very quickly, I seen a huge link in terms of what photobists can do, what we can do for the events industry. And Sammy and I decided, oh, this would be really good if we went into business together. And so our corporate photo booth business was then formed. Sammy still has the wedding business, which was his original, and it is very successful also. Quite quickly, we noticed within the industry that a lot of people were lacking education in marketing and that people were in real need of content, because Sammy was doing all the content creation that I needed to market his business, and people started asking him, could they buy that content from him? And so Sammy was spending a lot of time selling that content to people, rebranding it for their businesses. And we sat down one day and we were like, there's a huge need for this in the industry. What can we do to make this cost effective? Because everyone needs this. And if the industry looks better and everyone is better educated, then everyone makes more money and it's better for the entire industry. Hence, Photobooth Marketing was born, and we became content creators, global content creators overnight. We have mentored, I was actually looking at the stats today, it's quite scary. We have mentored and helped over 4,500 photobooth owners globally since 2018. We generally have in terms of our monthly membership, we would have active between 600 and 1,000 on a monthly basis. But I'm not here to give you a sales pitch. Samuel showed it me later.
Let's do the sales pitch. No, wait, no.
No, I will do a slide later on for anyone who's not aware of us or the services that we offer. But we are here primarily to give education, and that's what we love doing. We love helping people, and we love helping people make more money. So let's actually talk about elevating your photobooth business with quality visual content. Or if you don't have a photobooth business and you are a DJ company or you're an events company or you're in the event space, all of this is relevant to you. The content that I am showing within the presentation may not be, but it's still relevant in terms of looking at what you should be doing within your business, but just using slightly different content. So enough about me. So why is content so important in terms of e-commerce especially? We now live in a digital world. All of our customers are online. Everyone is looking for you online. Everyone is watching what you're doing online. Nothing is hidden anymore. And the key to marketing any product or service is about grabbing attention. People get I'm going to use this, I don't know if this is an Irish slang, but people muddy the waters when it comes to marketing, and people mix sales and marketing. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But when it comes to marketing your product or service, the first thing that matters is grabbing someone's attention. So you want to use visual content that is going to grab someone's attention to start conversations. You want people talking to you. So you want to share content that makes them go, oh, that's really interesting, or oh, that's really cool, so that they start to talk to you. That is marketing. The next process in terms of education, you're moving into the sales process. But visual communications within that process are also crucial. So I am going to talk about both of those because they marry together and they will give you much more success when it comes to your sales. The other thing with visual content is we are visually led. We are a race of people that do not have time to read anything. We want everything now or yesterday. And so visually, you can capture the target audience and engage with them and influence them into buying much more quickly than if you gave them far too much information. So let's have a look at what things we can actually do. So images. The first thing is images, just like your brand, are the first impression on your business. It is the thing that the customer sees, and it is the thing that matters. The one thing that we all have to remember in this industry, yes, we are photo booth owners. Yes, we are event creators. Yes, we are event producers. But first and foremost, we are content creators. And so the expectations of the content that we put out for our own business go from here to here, because you are selling a service that is content creation for your client. Whether that is a wedding, a party, a corporate event, you are capturing content for that person. And so you have to make sure that the quality of your content in your marketing is in line with the quality of the service that your customers can expect from you. So make it count. Make sure that you are only putting out high quality content. visual content is a great way to emotionally engage your customers. So within the industry, and we know this because we did this, and we did this at the very beginning, we sold the product. We had pictures of our booths all over our websites. We had pictures of our booths in our proposals. Every time a client reached out to us, they got a picture of the booth. Does your customer care what booth you're using to service their event? Absolutely not. Does that customer care that the guests at their wedding are going to have an amazing time and they're going to get beautiful photographs? Absolutely. Does that brand want really engaging videos that are going to be shared across social media? Absolutely. Do they care how you capture that content? No, they don't. And that is where so many people make the first mistake within our industry. These visual triggers that we can use will resonate with the target audience. And that is what is important, making sure that you're using high quality content that resonates with the target audience. If you're going after a bridal market, you make sure that your website and your landing pages and everything that you put out has beautiful bridal content that shows brides and grooms really enjoying themselves, their bridal parties, their family, their friends. When it goes down for corporate, you want to make sure that you show really engaging branded content that corporate clients see value in and they can resonate with and go, that would be really cool at our next event, because that is what is going to make them purchase from you, not a picture of the tool you use to create the content.
Yeah, funny. I was thinking during the week, the selling of the booth should stop once you buy the booth.
Yeah.
You know, we're sold the booth at PBX and we buy the booth, but then the selling of the booth needs to stop because we no longer need to sell the booth to the audience that we're working with.
So I'll
Yeah.
see. Yeah, I agree with this. I'll see people sign up with Check Cherry in their packages. It's like a picture of the hardware with like a white background, and it's very reminiscent of the company that's selling the booth. But what if it was of their setup and it was a nice setup and the booth was included in it? Is it just is there a difference here? You see what I'm saying? Like if there's people like no booth at all, do I just want the output, or is it just
There is a place for it. There's definitely a place for it, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. But in the initial marketing, in order to grab attention from somebody, it needs to be something that's cool, it needs to be something that's real quality, and it needs to resonate with the customer. The reason that we have all spent years sending out pictures of our equipment is because we are that customer. We bought that booth because it was shiny and new and we're really excited about it. The customer is not. And it took us a long time to realize that. And I can hold my hands up to say, as a seasoned marketeer, I should have probably clicked on quicker, but we didn't, because we are that customer, you know, and you always have to try to remember, who is your target audience? We are not our target audience. And we have to make sure that the first impressions that we're given is going to resonate with that person to make them want to talk to you. The next stage, however, is where you're actually going to build trust and show that person what you do. So the next part of the marketing process is actually educating people into what you do. So the examples here I've given is from our corporate website, and I'm hoping it will let me click on to it. And if not, I can unshare and screen share on the site. Let's see.
It works.
It works. Yay. So here, this gives an idea of how we can use visual content to really position our brand and show people what it is we do. So this is for our corporate brand, and this is a page of our work, very simply. Once you go in, for example, this is one of our latest events. You click in and it's very, very visually led, gives an overview of what we did. It gives what the event experience was that we created for the client, the results for the client, and then the actual concept of how it worked. So the branding, the setup, online sharing, the galleries, everything that was included in this activation. Now, if I click back, Are you seeing the presentation again?
Yeah.
Cool. So the purpose of a page like that on your website or things like that designed that you can send to a customer is the next part of the process. So your initial marketing is let's grab attention, let's resonate with the target audience. The next thing is to show them that you're credible and that they can trust you to carry out the job that they need. So on our wedding site, if you go to the blog section, there are samples of real life weddings on there. If you go to the corporate site, you'll see our activations. And so that's about building trust and credibility. Again, being very, very visually led with a little bit of text. The next thing, and this goes back to what Judd was saying, is actually showcasing the entire product or service clearly so that you increase the customer's confidence. So someone sees a really cool video on social media from you. They then click into your website and they see case studies or they see samples of your work that show that you're credible in what you do. And then they inquire with you. What's the next thing you want them to see? You want them to be given a quote or something that showcases to them everything that is included in that service and educate them as simply as possible into exactly what you're going to do for them and what they get from that. So let me just click on this. This is an example of a pitch deck. This is an editable pitch deck that we use for Photobooth Marketing members so that they can take it and edit it for their own business and put their own content into it. So within the pitch deck, it basically gives an overview for the customer, what it is you will get from using the services, then into what the experience actually is. So this goes back to what Judd's saying. So here, this is the DSLR experience. It's showing a mirror booth. It's showing a branded backdrop. It's showing a branded print. Then it goes into what's included in that experience, the pricing and the enhancements for the customer. Now, there's lots of experiences in this because our members will have different products, will have different services, and so they can use this pitch deck to edit for their own business. This is a great way to educate your customers on everything that you can do. And this is an example for corporate, basically. I will take you through and show you an example for weddings as well later.
So in other words, it's just for to interrupt. It's okay to show the hardware, but further down the sales process. Is my understanding that correctly?
Yes.
So don't start with that. Nobody wants that. Like you're just selling, but like we do at the end of the day want to know if we're getting a 360. Like we want to know what we're getting, right? As
Yes.
buyers, like the more uncertainty, the less sales. So
Yes.
remove uncertainty about what you're buying, what's going on. That will result in more sales. That's interesting. So further down the sales process, show them more, but not to start with. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people are stuck on what I would call a 3-2-1 photo. That's all so many photo booths are doing. They're just simply taking photos. The industry has moved so far forward in the past 3 or 4 years. It was photos, then it was boomerangs and GIFs. Now it's video experiences, customized video experiences, 360s are here. So the industry has sort of skyrocketed away from what I call a 3-2-1 photo. Stand still, it takes a photo. Well, we've moved so far past that now that so many more options are now available to us by creating unique experiences, whether that's background removal or custom FX on videos. It's gone off the scale on what we can offer now.
The other thing, and this is Sammy's, so I'm not going to claim this.
Analogy? Are you gonna?
Yeah, you give your analogy.
I give my analogy. So
Go.
we like to describe it as if you hired a carpenter and you wanted to make you a summer house in your garden, and he sent you a picture of his hammer. What do you think of that? That's not what I want to see. Show me a finished summer house. That I don't care what chop saw you use. I don't care. Show me. I want a picture of a beautiful summer house finished. Photo booths do the same. They hire even with the name, they hire a photo booth. They're hiring an experience. So show them the experience. Don't show them the tool that you're using to deliver that, because you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right. At the end of the day, yeah, people want the finished result, right? Yeah.
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 That's the finished product they're actually paying for, is the experience.
So Judd's exactly right. Initial part is grab attention with your marketing. Then show people your credibility with your case studies and the content on your website, and then enhance the product understanding. So educate the customer on this is the service that I am going to supply for you, and this is everything that's included. And that's part of your closing. So it's a three-step process, and it doesn't have to be any more complicated. And when you do it in that way, you get less questions. Because the one thing that I have seen over the years is the more information you give to a customer, the more questions they have and the more customer service you have to give. So, example, you send a bride a quote and you include a customized overlay and a start screen and all these things that are words to us and that are industry terms that we understand, but a bride has no idea what that means. So they come back to you to say, well, what's a start screen? What's an overlay? Oh, could the price be cheaper if you take that out? Rather than you initially just selling them an experience to say, here's what we can do at your wedding, and this will be fabulous. And then within the quote, here's everything that's included, because you have educated them that you're the best person for this service. You'll give them everything that they need. And here is the final quote with everything included and the price, so that they don't have to ask all of those questions and it's easier to close.
And really, the only reason a lot of those booths are in those pitch decks, Ursula, is because we want to show the client we can brand them.
Yeah.
We're showing them a branded product there rather than just the product. There's more
Yeah.
to it than just showing them the product.
Definitely. Definitely. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the actual online side of things and what to do with your content. And then we will talk a little bit more about sales later as well. So actually looking at the quality of your images and optimization of your images. There is nothing worse than landing on a website that has hundreds of images on it and it takes 20 seconds to load and you've lost me. And I just click straight back off. We own one of those websites.
I was
I
gonna
know.
say
I was just gonna,
like photo booth marketing.
I was just gonna joke with you guys that I said I feel like I
No,
with marketing. It took a
no,
long
we'll
time to
fall on
load
our
over
own
there.
sword. We'll fall on our own sword, Judd. We're not gonna let you.
No, now we have a really
That's
good
awesome.
excuse that our website hosts over 7,000 images, 750 videos, and is branding all of that content in the back end for up to 1,000 members every month. That
Right.
is why our website is so slow.
I have a I have a question to get you guys off this somewhat embarrassing topic. Is it better to have a website with no images or bad images? Like
Odd,
I'm just
right.
getting like like what should I just leave them off or really minimize the images I have, or do I run with the images that my supplier gave me of just the hardware?
How
Is
are
that
you
better?
selling me a content creation service without any images? You're telling me you're going to come to my wedding and take loads of pictures on your photo booth and I'm going
Right.
to have
I
a
like
great
that.
time, but
Right.
there's no images on your website.
Right. Yeah. So
Terrified to
yeah.
buy
So
from you.
get some stuff. Yeah. Right.
No, the quality of the images on your site are an absolute must. And in order to do that, you need to make sure that you're optimizing them properly. So making sure that the images are resized for web so that your website is not heavy and that the load speed is not too long. Making sure that you have file names on your images, that you're using alt tags. So for anyone that doesn't know, the alt tag is what you put in the back end of the image that helps Google to find that and position that in terms of search so that your customers can find it. These things are real basic things that a lot of people forget to do. You can use, if you have a website and you're not sure if there's alt tags on your image, someone else has built the website for you and you didn't do it yourself and you haven't done the on-site SEO, there is a free online tool called seocheckup.com that you can run your website through and it will tell you everything from your H1 headers, your meta descriptions, and alt tags on your images if they're present or if they're not. If you don't have them, it is something I recommend that you do, because basic on-site SEO is really, really important, even for the likes of search with your Google map listing. And it doesn't have to be really time consuming. Quick tip on that is try to rank the images on each page. So say, for example, you have your home page and you are in Texas. I'm just going to use Texas. I know Texas is huge, but let's just use it as an example. You want to pick one key term or phrase to rank that page for. You want to make sure that that phrase is in the written text within that page, that is in your H1 header, H2 header, and also on every alt tag for the images on that page. And that will help you with the SEO. The biggest thing when it comes to the images is definitely the size, and know that people, like example, our members can download images off our website. They are such high quality that you can go and have a billboard printed with them. Do not take that image and put it straight on your website, because it will slow down the site. And if your site does not load in under 5 seconds, you're going to lose those customers, because people everything yesterday.
Yeah, I think too many images is not, you're not doing yourself a service. I think fewer, better images, get to the point. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to show you our website.
Well, it's just this, it's like sometimes people say they sell too much, just you want like, dude, next step. Yes, I'm your person. And here's the
Yeah.
next step.
There's definitely two sides to it, that you can go down the we're really great at this, this, and this, or you can go very simplified. And I have seen this, and there's a few websites I've been looking at recently are awesome in terms of they're white, they're plain, they have 9 images on them, they guide the customer in terms of UX design, they're just done so well. And I love this stuff. I'm so geeky. I could talk about this all day. But if you look at the likes of Uber's website or those big brands, and they're so plain and so simplistic, but it leads the customer exactly where they want them to go or what they want them to do. Apple are amazing at it it's so simplistic. And I think for a long time in our industry, we have all been very content happy because we are content creators and we want people to see all the amazing stuff that we do. I am going to show both our websites later. And one of the things that we do is we use video content on our websites. They're very video content heavy. And we'll talk about why now. So video is absolutely crucial for e-commerce now. A third of all online activity is spent watching video. You only have to look at the rise in TikTok from 2020 to date to know YouTube is the biggest social media platform. Video streaming is massive. Users typically retain 95% of information from a video, while they will only retain 10% of read in text-based. Now, text-based information is really important on your website for SEO purposes because Google wants it. But does your customer want it? No, they don't. They're visually led. They want you to tell them the story quickly, visually, and get them sold. Landing pages with videos can see conversion rates increase by 80 to 300%. So that's something for you to test in your own business, is set up a landing page for the likes of holiday season and put a video on there and have another landing page without a video and see which one does better. That's what marketing is about. Marketing is a science. You can do these things and you can test these things and you can get the stats to see what is right for your business and your area and your market. Companies that use video in their marketing strategy can see a 49% faster year-on-year revenue growth. And these were stats that I pulled just today to give you an idea of the importance of using video in your marketing strategy. So let's have a look.
more women help. Good.
No, I can't hear anything. I don't know
That's
if
fine.
Zoom
You
is like
never,
Zoom is like doing their
yeah, you never
echo
can
reduction,
hear,
but it's
you
still,
never,
I mean, just FYI.
yeah, the music never works.
Matt, I want to know what kind of image and video we can use for Check Cherry. Huh?
So that's a little sneak peek.
I'm surprised you used that, Ursula.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why?
Love it.
I just because there's members on the call and now they've seen what we're going to show them next week.
Yeah. That's only a little sneak peek of the Halloween video for our members. That is selling an experience. This is a marketing tool. This is a marketing tool to put out to capture attention, but it also showcases the process to the client of what it is you're going to do for them. And everything is in that video. That video can go out to all of your clients or everyone on your mailing list or put on a landing page and used for your Google ads or used for your YouTube ads. And it tells the story and it helps the customer to know exactly what they're getting into book. So let's talk about the types of videos that we can use. Demo videos are a great way for customers to actually see what you do. And there's two ways that I would call something a demo video. One can be content that you create at your event, like you see on the right here, that showcases the actual event and someone using the service. And this is showcasing magazine booth. Or the other is to actually showcase the experience. So on the left, you'll see Elf Yourself, which is another concept that we've put together for clients for Christmas. And these videos are great because customers can visualize the service. They can visualize exactly what it is you're trying to sell to them in a video. And they can just book now. They don't need any more information. They can just click book now, go through to that next part of the process of what is included in the experience and pay. The biggest thing to take away from any of this, if it's the only thing you take away tonight, is sell the experience. Sell the experience in your content to your customers. Use your images, use your videos to sell the experience, and it will generally sell itself.
And I'm going to add that there's a tremendous opportunity for event service providers because people are having fun. Like people using Check Cherry, like think about our opportunity with a CRM type thing. It's like somebody smiling using a laptop. I mean, it's garbage, stock photo type stuff. We don't have that opportunity. And, people that are doing fun stuff like you guys, like it's really a great opportunity to show it's genuine, it's authentic, this is what's happening, and it sells really good.
Big time. And it's like I said earlier, there's quite a lot of photo boothers who are stuck in the mud with the 3-2-1 photo.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine showing potential clients some of the stuff we've demonstrated there. The booth they're offering a still photo is not going to win that job. It's just that simple. Not when you're showing them things like that are fun, interactive experiences. And like everybody can do this. There's not one photo booth in this call doesn't have the capability to do this. But
I
it's
love that.
important to do this because so many people are stuck taking a DSLR photo, which is great if the client brief is we want high quality photos. No problem, you're going to win. But outside of that, if you come up against us in a quote and we're showing stuff like that and you're taking a DSLR photo with a logo in the corner, probably not going to get that job over somebody that's providing a service like that.
And that's mainly corporate, or is that also wedding?
Oh, we do stuff like this for weddings too, yeah.
We have weddings. I am.
I'm trying to think. I think, yeah. By the way, I loved the video on the right with the magazine cover. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Angela
Well,
says we deserve the sneak peek.
yeah,
Whatever.
I put it in there as a sneak. Do you know why? Some actually so cool. And I was watching it this afternoon going, I just want to put a little bit of this.
Maybe
Plus, if they
maybe
came to this call, they deserve to see it. Yes.
Yes, they
Just for the
did.
support.
They did. And you'll have it all over your stories all week anyway, just teasing people. So
Well, I wasn't gonna, but you've ruined it now, so I might as well.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was the first video in my downloads.
You guys should get in a big fight and then like make people talk about it on social
Yeah,
media.
yeah,
Free marketing.
that's engagement.
Like there's a fallout between Ursula and Sam because a video is shown and now we're burning it down.
Yeah. Yeah. So on to videos for engagement with the customers, and I am going to show some wedding content as well. Interactive videos are a really good way to engage with your clients. You've seen that from what we've talked about already here, showcasing what it is you can actually do at an event or showcasing the actual experience that the client is going to get. And one of the really simple things that you can do is share content from your own events. So the likes of gifts or boomerangs that you have done at weddings or parties, putting those out on your social media, having those visible on your website, and then for someone to click through straight away and book that experience. Keeping videos on your page, putting videos on your web page will retain people there longer because it gives them something to do. It gives them something to engage with and to interact with. Now let's see if this is going to...
And when you say, just real quick, when you say interactive video, you mean like video showing people interacting?
Yeah.
Right. Like they don't actually interact with the video. From the laptop, you're saying like show people interacting with the hardware, the software,
from like a third person, third person perspective.
Holding their phone, seeing the output. Yeah, I love it.
So for example, this is our wedding website, and you'll see here, you click on to view experiences and you're automatically being hit with visual content that is moving that you can engage with as well. You scroll down, everything that we're using is video led on the website because we want the customer to see this and go, oh, that looks really cool. And then clicking into that video to go further into the next page to bring them in. And again, they're hit with more video content and the actual full experience to let them see, and then output from events, and really capturing what it is the client is going to get and educating them using visually led content. There is still text on this page, but does the customer need to read that text to understand what's happening? No, because you're telling the story to them visually to help them understand what it is they're going to get from this service and then getting them to book.
And like presumably you can charge more because this already looks more professional. You already look like you're ahead above. Like I'm expecting to pay more.
Listen, Judd, I get phone calls and the first thing they say is you look expensive. And my answer is good. You're right.
Totally. Like that's what I'm going for. Because then when you see the price, you might be happy.
Yeah. But do you see where the value is there? The customer sees this website and goes, whoa, okay, they haven't seen anything like this. And I've been looking for the past hour. And all of a sudden, they just assume this doesn't look cheap, which is exactly what we're aiming for.
Yep.
I think, and Sammy has an example where someone phoned him to say, look, I've had quotes from other people and you're significantly higher, but like your website's amazing. And Sammy was able to say to him, yeah, but it's amazing for a reason, and our price is our price for a reason.
Well, I actually use a bad website as a weapon. If they ring me and they say, oh, your website looks amazing, and I goes, well, have you looked at any other websites? Yes. I'm going to go, well, if they don't know that their website looks bad, how much faith do you have that they're not going to know a good photo from a bad photo at your event? If their website's that terrible and they don't seem to be aware of it because it's been like that for the past 5 years and they haven't changed it, what's your confidence level? And them knowing a quality from something that's not quality. So yeah, I use a competitor's poor website as a weapon against them.
Yep.
We're lovely, really. So just make sure that you are thinking about video. And I know that the thought of video can be terrifying for people because video means actually capturing that video, editing that video, making sure that the quality is good enough. But we are content creators. That is what we do as a business. Now, that is not to say that we are video editors, which is a completely different ballgame to what we do. We're content creators. So let's talk, first of all, just about optimizing the images and video for web use. And then we are going to talk a little bit about creating content. Well, Sammy's going to talk about creating content because he is the content creator. But for optimizing images and videos for use on the web, talked about this earlier. So maintaining quality, the speed, your load times. The easiest way to do this is compressing your content. And here is a link to a site that you can use to do this. So it's called jpegmini.com. And you can put your content in there and compress it for web. The best file formats to be using for web are PNGs, because they will give better quality and they're lower in size, and MP4s for videos. Also, when it comes to your website, if you can host your video somewhere else, say for example, Vimeo or YouTube, that is preferable. Now, the only thing there is, you will see on our websites, we use Vimeo for hosting because YouTube will serve ads on your videos, or someone will watch a video on your homepage and then it could go onto another video, or it'll show something that isn't your content. And I don't like that. I like to be very much in control of my brand. So we use Vimeo to make sure that it is only ever showing the content that we have put on there. Do we have a YouTube channel? Absolutely. Should you have a YouTube channel? Absolutely. And you should be hosting videos there for marketing purposes. But if you're going to use a platform to stream videos to your website, I do recommend that you use Vimeo over YouTube.
Do you pay for it?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
But that's the catch. And YouTube won't even let you pay. I think there was a way you could do it kind of before, but you can't anymore. YouTube's going to try to hijack your visitor eventually. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is that next part of the sales process and actually selling to your customers. So we've captured them with a really cool video and they're really excited about what you do. And now you want to educate them on the experiences that you offer. So what we have found very successful with our business, again, is using content to educate the customer using what we call pitch decks. So let me just click through. And this pitch deck is quite long, so we'll just go through a few pages. We'll flick through it so people can see. There is an editable version of this on our site for members as well. And this is the 2024 experiences.
Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up, switch it up, switch it up, where I'm going. Stay on the fly, listen down, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, this path. Begin to drop of my life. I want to run all the lights. I've got to run this show. You always take me so high. You always make the highlights. I love the way that we vibe out. You're like a centerfold. So this video showcases all of the experiences that we created for 2024, new experiences for weddings. And again, this video was used across social media. So the client will have already seen this video at some point, whether they were served an ad with it, whether they've seen it on our social media sites. So when they get this pitch deck, they're seeing that for the second time. And that's really important when it comes to sales. You have to touch a customer 9 times now before you sell to them. And so making sure that they're seeing consistent content from you on a regular basis is going to help resonate with them to go, oh, there's that company again. Oh, I seen those guys at a wedding show. Oh, I seen that video on YouTube. I seen that video on Instagram. And then they get a pitch deck from you, which has that content in it again. It's just constantly building up in the client to get them to buy from you.
And then we move into the actual experiences. So the first one was the magazine booth and explaining what it is and how it works. So actually walking them through it so that they don't have to ask you questions. This is the experience. These are the results. And this is how much it costs. And this is everything that's included. And here's all the lovely extras that you can buy. That is where your profit is. I know this is not about making money. It's more about selling. But, you know, this should be your basic pricing. And everything else is where you're making additional profit within your business. And this goes all the way through for each of the experiences that we created. And you'll see it's very visually led. Even if the client doesn't read anything, because they won't. The client literally wants to see.
So nobody reads anything.
They don't. They will flick through this. They'll look at the images, they'll look at the video, and they'll look at the price. That is all the client is going to do. Look at the images and look at the price. And so you want them to be captivated by the images so that by the time they get to the price, they don't care. They've already bought this service and they don't care what the price is. Changing to using pitch decks in our business tripled our conversion rates. So moving away from sending someone an email, and we did it too, right? So everyone that had the gold, silver, and bronze package, we didn't even have that. We just had a wedding package. Here's what includes, here's the price, here's a link to a video. And it worked. But once we actually moved to selling the experience and using proper pitch decks that were visually led, we tripled the booking conversion in our business.
Is all the information on the pitch deck also available on the website?
It is, but in smaller snippets.
And then
Not
why
the
not
price.
have like a buy now throughout this pitch deck? Like I feel like you keep on selling. You're selling and selling. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's just a thought that comes to mind.
Well, on our
I've already
website,
seen this. I'm like, oh, okay, I want to buy. Like I'm ready. I'm already sold. I
this
guess
would
I see that
only
often. We sell past the point that we need to
point.
sell.
Yeah. Well, for this would only be if someone hasn't booked. You can book directly on the website. If they haven't and they have come through to us,
So they may not have seen it, right?
they may not have seen that information. We all vary. So say, for example, this is set up in Canva and we can make as many copies of it as we want. Say, for example, a client comes through and says, I want to book a magazine booth for my wedding. We will send them a pitch deck with just the magazine booth in it and break it down. But if someone says, I'm looking for options for my wedding, then we would send them this to say, well, this is our 2024 offering, depending on, so it'll just depend on what the client's needs are.
Right. And then Angela's comment here said, check, Cherry, this is where a flexible editable proposal is helpful versus a pitch deck. Having said that, pitch decks are a must for corporate. So just some thoughts. And I think the very different clients. And I think, yeah, corporate wants, you know, probably something also custom, right? In terms of something specific. They have more money. There's more to it. Whereas
You're going to take more time with them, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas the wedding, it's like, well, I just want to get a photo booth for my wedding and I want somebody good. And yeah.
Yeah, but that's where you're up against the 5 other photo boothers that have all sent exactly the same proposal.
Right.
And this is what makes you stand out and make you different to go, oh, well, they're selling me an experience. I want that experience. The other people are just selling me a photo booth.
I guess it's presuming that they haven't already booked, right? Because I think that's the other thing is we just talked earlier about people not watching content or looking, you know, it's just, you know, it's like extra, but I you know, it's interesting. And we get a lot of, we've had, Matt, we've had feature requests for more stuff around proposals of this nature, basically kind of more pitching type stuff. And Check Cherry's proposals right now are pretty, they're just one page, really straightforward. You know, outlines the offer, a couple images, but there's no like about us section, you know, that type of stuff. And I guess we always assume that people are pretty far along the sales process when they're sending a proposal. That being said, more and more we get feedback. I think it's primarily on the corporate side too, right? That they kind of want to pitch their company as well. Or is it also on the wedding side, would you say, Matt? What do you see?
Yeah, I would say a lot of it's on the corporate side. And so, yeah, it's definitely something, we've talked about a lot of different ideas for kind of a next generation on the proposals and some different ideas. But yeah, I think, I think certainly in the future we'll have some better ways to kind of incorporate video as well. And then I think, like you say, kind of a way to kind of walk people through the process a little bit. But yeah.
But this stuff looks great, guys. Yeah.
What you're talking about, and I have seen this on your system, I would call that a quote. So client sees this pitch deck, gets educated on what they can have, and then they say, I want a magazine booth, and then we use the CRM to send them a quote for them to book. And so that one pager would outline, so it would be the final page on this. It would be the final page on the pitch deck. I go back in. So it would basically be this page as a one pager and a book now button. But I would call that the quote rather than, so the pitch is the education and then the quote is buy now.
And we've seen people with, on the last step of their pitch deck or you could even do it on every page like Jed mentioned, but on the last step, send them to either a proposal if they're customizing each one, or just to kind of an online booking step where they can kind of pick up where they left off and fill in their details as well. So here's what we offer, and then if you're ready to buy, send them to that next step is something that I think works well too.
Anything's better than the generic photo booth or email reply with 3-hour hire, unlimited sessions, props, guest book. I mean,
because
80%,
everybody's doing it basically. You're
80% of the industry send that. 80%.
Yeah.
So this immediately sets you apart, regardless of the psychology of it. They open this and go, wow, nobody else sent me anything that looked anything like this.
Rosie says, yes, Ursula is correct. We send a proposal, but it's really a quote.
Yeah.
Okay, says I really agree. I use the terms interchangeably, I guess. I think that they're very, very similar.
Yeah, it's just different wording.
Yeah.
No, it's not letting me move forward. It just keeps taking me
in. Triple threat. Triple threat.
So let's talk about creating quality video content for your business. This is a Sammy slide because he is the content creator within our business. So, Sammy, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm watching my own video. Sorry, I'm just.
I'm going to pause this. Forget how loud this is. So let's talk about when to DIY and when to hire a professional.
Over to me.
Yes. What's your advice?
I'll take it from here, Ursula.
Yes.
I think everybody should do some kind of video content and be comfortable with it. I'm also a massive on outsourcing stuff that you can't do. I'm going to contradict myself here. I'm also big on outsourcing stuff you're not good at. We all outsource templates. We all outsource not manually sending emails. Jack Cherry. We're very used to outsourcing thing, and I think rather than put 200 hours of your life into something that you're never going to be good at, if you can't do it better and faster than anybody else then you probably shouldn't be doing it. But it's still good in the modern age of social media to be able to do something with video. So that means social content at weddings. Luckily, we all have one of these in our pocket. It's called a phone. They've got pretty good. The video quality on them's got pretty good over the last few years. So nobody has to buy anything. This is all we need. This little tool here is all we need to shoot video at events. And I would like everybody to be comfortable with shooting video at events, because it's something that it'll always stand by you, and it's more personal. If it's coming from you, it's going to be a personal overview of your event. So I could talk about this for 4 hours. We've already been on for nearly an hour. So I'm going to give you a few just quick tips on what I do and common mistakes people make with video. So shooting and editing video, it's a weird thing because you have to be good at two completely different things. I play golf badly, but they say golf is two games in one, right? You have to drive a ball off a tee and use your clubs to get it up to the green, and then you have to putt. And putting is a whole game in itself, which is why mini golf exists. It's a completely separate game. Video editing, shooting and video is the same thing. They're two skill sets that do not intertwine in any way. One's a physical, holding a camera, moving around. The other is a digital editing experience. So it can be quite difficult and quite a big leap for a lot of people because everybody can pull their phone out and hit record, but then not everybody knows what to do with it in any kind of editing software. So it can be quite a big leap. But the good news is that basic video editing is really not that difficult, and it shouldn't really scare a lot of people because honestly, if you download some kind of video editing software, I use Final Cut. I mean, you've got Premiere Pro. The app game has also got pretty strong now. If you use your phone, you can edit it on your phone. We have CapCut, we've iMovie, we've Captions, we've InShot, we've Filmora. There's loads of really good apps on your phone, though I would personally always recommend using a laptop or a desktop purely for digital file management. It's much easier to organize digital files on a laptop or a desktop than it is on your phone. And also, if you've went to all that effort in shooting something, I want you to still have this content in 3 years' time. And there's a good chance in 3 years' time you won't have the same phone. It may not be backed up on a cloud. It's just easier for digital file management, which is a huge part of video editing, to use a laptop or desktop. You can create folders and drop clips into them easily. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier. So, in my personal opinion, nothing beats a DSLR for video. We use Panasonic cameras ourselves. Everybody uses a Canon, or other people use a Canon. The good thing is, if you own more than one DSLR photo booth, you've probably already got a spare DSLR at your disposal. Just take it out of your booth. If you really want to shoot good quality video and you've more than one photo booth, take your DSLR out. Lighting is everything. I'll give you an example. I have a light on now and I'll turn it off. Lighting in video is everything. It'll make everything pop. It'll make everything look better. It's so easy to see the people that aren't using any lights when they're videoing. I don't care. You buy them on Amazon, those wand lights, $100. Get two of them. You probably have them anyway if you own iPad booths. Lighting is everything. Never record anything, and unless it's daylight, never record anything without lights on. It will make a huge difference. And as well as that,
look at
audio,
my shot. Sorry, Sammy. Look at my shot compared to yours. My
I know.
lighting's behind me. It looks like shit.
Yeah.
You
You know,
know.
lighting is everything. It's such a rookie mistake. People will shoot video with no lighting. It's such a rookie mistake. I can tell it a mile away. And it makes all the difference in the content, especially if it's people, because when you put a light on people's face, if they just immediately pop, it just works. So lighting's everything. Get lights. They're not expensive. Just get lights. And also audio is everything. Not if you're making montage videos where you're going to put a track over it. That's a different story. But say it was you on camera saying something, you need some kind of microphone. And again, they're inexpensive. DJI make mics that are compatible with iPhones. You stick the receiver in the bottom of your phone and clip the mic on. And the audio is it's amazing. It's going to be a lot easier for people to hear what you're saying. The video is going to be so much more watchable and engaging if they can hear what you're saying properly. Like, you know, I'm talking in a microphone. If I take the microphone away, like it doesn't sound good. When it's up close, it's so much better. So everybody should learn basic video editing. Download, either pay for Final Cut or Premiere Pro, get it on your laptop. It's really, really not difficult to import clips from your phone, put them onto your timeline, trim the start, trim the end, switch this clip around to here, make this one the first one, make this one the last one, add a music track. Honestly, anybody could learn that in 3 or 4 hours on YouTube videos. Everybody should be able to do that because it'll just be so useful. When you're creating content and you're shooting content, you're going to want to be able to do something with it. And those basic skills, which are not difficult, don't be afraid of them. Don't let the word video editing scare you. It's honestly, anybody can learn that. It's so easy. YouTube exists for that reason.
Just for that reason.
Yeah. what else do I want to say? Shot variation matters. All right. Don't be chest or phone at chest height all night. How many people know a 50 or 60-year-old man on their Facebook profile is the phone on their belly with the upward chin shot? We all know that guy. Everybody's got one of them on their friends list. They're normally in their 50s or 60s, and all they had to do was this: lift the phone up. That's all they had to do to make that. But everybody just takes the shot where they've held it. And you get that upward chin shot. Nobody looks good at that angle. Nobody. So, shot variation matters. If you're filming yourself, which I highly recommend that you do, because believe me, nothing will do better in videos than you yourself. You on camera will do way better than anything else you could possibly record. And it's something that 99% of people aren't comfortable with and won't do. In
And
fact,
I'm
go
going to
ahead.
chip in here, just in terms of when it comes to the content and making that content relatable and authentic, it's really important that you are doing either Instagram stories, Instagram lives, or TikTok videos of you, because we are in a service industry and people buy from people. They want to see the person behind the brand. They want to see the person who's responsible for creating these great events, and they want to hear from you. Best way to test this week at your next event, take a picture of yourself in your booth or do a video, whatever the experience is that you're using, and put it on your social media versus one of somebody that is not someone within your business. Your content will get more engagement because people buy from people. It's the same way if you're putting out a picture of a photo booth on its own with no humans in it versus a picture with humans in it, it's going to do better because people buy from people.
Right. And another thing that, because I've been doing some more social media for Check Cherry, I need to do more, but to share an insecurity, I always felt like if I pull my camera out and start recording, like it's going to annoy people. And that's not the case. Nobody
I
cares.
love
Matt
that.
and I were in a
Nobody cares.
restaurant. I'm like asking the guys behind the kitchen if I can run my camera through, and they looked at me like I was kind of crazy. Like, yeah, dude, put that on social media. That's help us sell and market.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't care.
No, and it's such a difficult thing to get over. And look, nobody is on camera more than me. I'm an overweight 42-year-old bald man. If I can do it, anybody can do it. It's almost like literally the worst perspective we have to look at our own bodies is straight down. That's a terrible perspective. You should never judge yourself by looking down at yourself and going, I don't look good. Because it's literally the worst perspective. You're getting a horizon perspective down over your body to your toes. It's terrible. You never judge yourself like that. You use a mirror. Don't look down and don't be happy with it. So it's a hurdle to get over. But literally, if you started a photo booth business tomorrow and you went live on Facebook every week, or you recorded yourself talking at every event about how great the event was, and you would definitely do better than any other new boother that wasn't doing that. There is absolutely no doubt, because like Ursula said, people buy from people. It makes you real. It makes you relatable. If nobody's perfect, it's the imperfections in people that make everybody perfect. If we were all the same, it would suck. So embrace it and just do it and get over it. This almost sounds like we're getting into a therapy.
Nobody, right? We're getting into, nobody cares is the short of it. And I agree with Sammy.
When I talk about shot variation, I mean go wide, go far back, go close, go high, go low. Don't just be that person doing this, because you're gonna have, when you import your footage, it's all gonna be from the same perspective. Get creative, peek out behind stuff, go zoom in close, come out wide, change the angle. Like that's
Right.
what makes interest in video.
And it's a process, right? Like your first video is probably going to suck,
of course.
like it's okay. Like just keep at it. And I think I would say any entrepreneur should be good at video at this point, because that's kind of where everything's at. And it's a worthy pursuit, right?
Yeah.
To get better. And so if we want to tell us, we're out of time. Tell us about Photobooth Marketing. Is there a pitch? Did you guys already do that? Where do we go to sign up?
Well, we were going to
How
talk
much does
about.
it cost? No, I'm joking.
Don't judge, you're cutting
Well,
us off.
actually, this next slide works because we were going to talk about budget allocation for return on investment for content creation. At the end of the day, we are content creators. That is what we do. Whether you're at a wedding creating those beautiful images for a bride and groom, or whether you're doing a brand activation, you are there to create content. Now, it is very difficult sometimes if you're at an event and you're really busy to remember to create your own content for your business, but you need to get into a routine of doing it. People don't have time to do it, which is why people like Photobooth Marketing exist. We have members who are totally new to the industry, who have just bought a booth, that don't have any content, that need our services. We have members who have been in the industry a long time and don't have time to create their own content. Or we have people who've been in the industry a long, long time and realize that it's just much more cost effective to use our service than going out and hiring a studio and a videographer and models and creating a concept. And suddenly, to do it professionally, to do one shoot can cost you between 5 and 10 grand. And so there's big players in the industry who use our service because they're like, don't have time for this. I'm not going to spend the money on it because it's already being done and the service is available now in the industry. And so we have created Photobooth Marketing to make it cost effective for people within the industry. We offer monthly membership, or you can have a pay-as-you-go service. So if you go onto our website, you will see there are content bundles. Say, for example, you just want to update your website, you can go and buy a content bundle for your website. If you just want training and you feel like you're missing the education point, our membership starts at $99 just for education and access to our weekly live meeting. Or you can go for $150 a month and you get content and training, which is the most affordable. This year, we also launched our academy where we have put our training into courses to make it much easier. So there's a fabulous wedding course there that includes that pitch deck. Our members get access to all of that as well as the membership. So it's probably the cheapest investment you'll ever make into your photo booth business with the biggest return.
And Rosie here in the comments says best investment hands down. Photobooth Marketing and the team are incredible and can change your business. I've always heard good things about you guys, by the way, because we go to the photo booth shows, we're around, we have shared customers. I've never heard anything bad about you guys. So cheers to that. Heard nothing but great things, and yeah.
I had 3 video tips that I didn't even get to do.
Oh,
We can we can do something later and send it out an email, right?
They're really short.
Now I don't have anywhere to go. I just always try to be respectful.
Well, look, I'll make them short. Don't make your videos too long. It's a rookie mistake. Don't make them too long. You're super interested in it. Other people aren't, which is why it's important to learn basic editing, because you'll record something. I want you to be able to bring it in and cut it out. That's not really relevant. I waffled on there. I'm going to cut that out. Short wins. Long is a rookie mistake. Way too long videos. Secondly, music does not matter. As long as it's not crazy heavy rock, as long as it's middle of the road music is irrelevant. It's only there to fill the silence. If you're making a montage, do not get hung up on the music. Do not spend hours looking for the perfect track, because music is subjective and you love it and somebody else will hate it. So as long as it's middle of the road, don't worry about it. Do not spend your life getting the right track. Nobody didn't book or not book something because they didn't like the music on the video. Trust me.
just one point on music too. The stats that I found today said that 74% of people watching videos online are now watching them without music.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Music. And lastly, do not upload YouTube videos to Facebook. They are competitors. Facebook will punish you on reach. If you're uploading a video, upload it natively to Facebook. Upload it. Do not post a YouTube link. I know it's easy because you've already put it on YouTube and you don't want to have to upload it twice. But Facebook does not like YouTube. They are not friends. And they do not want you advertising YouTube on their platform, because they offer a video platform and they want you to upload it natively. Upload it to Facebook itself and watch the reach and the engagement be way higher than if you just posted a link. Sell me out.
Love it. And I would say it's also a sign, back to the earlier conversation about YouTube hijacking visitors, basically. That's what they don't want, right? You're on YouTube, you're on Facebook watching YouTube videos and getting hijacked. Next thing you know, you're on YouTube clicking a link or whatever it may be. So Well,
And
thanks
it
so
is
much. Yeah, go ahead.
across, none of the social media platforms want you to come off their platform. And this is my last sort of sales tip that I'll give this evening. If a customer engages with you, for example, in Instagram, and they drop into Instagram Messenger, send them your Checkterry booking link via Instagram Messenger. Do not send them anywhere else. Send them directly to your booking system and book them on the platform that they engage with you in, because they're too lazy to read or do anything else. Just get them booked.
I like it. Well, thanks so much, guys, for coming and doing this, putting the work in. I like the webinars where I don't have to put any work in. Good.
Thank you guys. That was awesome.
No
Yeah, and
worries.
Christopher,
Pleasure.
yep, Christopher said thanks for the info. Very helpful. Yeah, we'll send this out to everybody who RSVP'd. We'll post it elsewhere and share it out. We might even cut it up and find some spots for social media, that stuff. So thank you guys so much. Great job, Ursula and Sammy. Really appreciate it.
Thank you
Matt
for
was
having me.
quiet. Matt
Thank
got off
you.
the hook the best today.
Yep, I had it really easy this time. Judd organized it all, and you guys did all the content. So
Yeah, you got off easy until I start sending emails saying, "Why can we use some of this
Oh,
content in your
yep.
system?"
One last question.
better.
Donna in the chat asks, or sorry, Marty in the chat asks, what's the website to you guys?
Done, Marty. I'm fast, like a cat.
Perfect. Photoboothmarketing.com.
Photoboothmarketing.com. And I've actually put a special offer in there for anyone who is on this webinar or watches this webinar after. If you join this week, you will get a free video worth $200, because we were talking about videos and content tonight. If you use the code welcome #PBM.
Awesome. Welcome #PBM. So I'll include that when we send out the recording to everybody as well, because I think I can update something. So love
Excellent.
it.
Awesome.
Good.
And I don't think we have our next webinar topic yet, but we'll be sending out something soon on that. And appreciate everybody tuning in. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
John. Thanks,
Thanks for
Matt.
coming.